My name is Andre Besacer, and I'm the founder of the Negotiation Leadership Conference here at Harvard University. We're hosting this major event with the theme, Developing Master in Negotiation and Leadership. And today we're here to really discuss what are some of the keys, what are some of the tools, what are some of the techniques that can allow us to sort of make the shift from simply knowing about negotiation and now becoming a master of negotiation. How can we make the shift between having knowledge versus being an expert? We had a number of Harvard Law professors and people who are associated with the Harvard Negotiation Project who come from that school and that field. And we thought that how interesting would it be if we looked at things from a different perspective. We wanted to bring Jim in, who has a different perspective on negotiation. We start with no philosophy. And we thought, let's just put that into the mix and see what happens.
I want them to come away with the understanding that there are ways out there to do things better, to not get trapped in this fishbowl of academia, to go out and take a look at what people are really doing in the real world. Negotiation, to me, it's a human performance event. It's something we do every day and we own every day, and sometimes we don't realize it. It's really truly defined as a human effort to bring about agreements between two or more parties, with all parties having the right, keyword, right, to veto.
I'm a graduate of the Harvard University Extension School, so I'm on the Alumni Board of Directors as the Communications Chair. I'm also one of the volunteers for the event. What I love about this conference is I trust the fact that the organizing committee really pulls the best speakers they can find. What I liked about Jim's style is that clearly he has a process for negotiations that works. I mean, he's got a proven track record. But I also like the fact that he really understands the human dynamic and the emotion behind what happens in the heat of a negotiation. I would say the biggest takeaway for me was that you can really get muddled with the facts. I mean, it's important to have your facts and to come prepared to a negotiation with all the facts and data and to have done the study and the research. But remember, when you get in the room, you are dealing with people, and to really understand what the other side is looking for and really try to connect with them on an emotional level. And I think that was what Jim drove home that was a lot different for me.
When we talk about agreements, an agreement is an agreement. I mean, if it's going to dinner with Patty, my wife, or a $1 billion acquisition, it's still an agreement. Or whether it's a lawsuit or a peace treaty, it's an agreement, it's negotiation. And the state of negotiation today is we're straddled, a better word is we're strapped with this mindset of compromise, this mindset of collectively bargaining to play give and take, trying to figure out, okay, I'll take away this and maybe they'll make an agreement and take that.
Well, I think every business who's dealing with suppliers and customers needs to have a mastery and a capability in negotiations. In our company, prior to working with the Coach Camp method, I would say our negotiations were very traditional and not very effective. We were following a very traditional path that required us to prepare for negotiation with a mindset really focusing on what are we going to sacrifice, what are we going to compromise on to make this negotiation a success. What we have discovered with Coach Camp is that prior methodology and practice we were following was horrible. It was bad for our company, and it was really bad for the customer and supplier as well. Coach Camp's system and discipline really makes things practical. He's got a real methodology that we can train our employees on, and the employees can apply it. So much of negotiation work and theory is abstract. It makes it real hard for people to apply it. Coach Camp makes it simple. He makes it easy to understand. The interrogatives are exceptional to where we can really have a good process and train employees on it. The thing we love about the results. I mean, we have seen incredible results inside of our company on this, and that it's transformed the way we interact with people, and it's actually incredibly positive. Don't let the title fool you about Start With No, man. The title is a hook. And once we're on that hook, we've transformed how our company operates. So we love the system, we love the results.
I'm at Harvard today. I'm proud to be here, but it's interesting to me that everyone talks about conflict resolution. Everyone talks about BATNA, fallback positions, give and take, compromise. And it's just, to me, that's got to change in our society.
I was in a bookstore and kind of wandering around, trying to get away from a lot of what I usually read, which is in psychology and self-help. And I went over to the business section and I saw this book. It just said no and kind of grabbed my attention. Maybe partly because as a therapist, there's a lot of, people are kind of overwhelmed with change, so they sort of lead with no. It really is a negotiation. I never thought of it that way, but once I started to sort of see how his system applied to negotiation, I started to realize that there was a lot of ways to help people with that process that kept them firmly in control, like the right to veto, like Jim talks about. It didn't feel out of sync with what I was already doing, but he also had some ways to help people to keep moving. Places where people they can typically get stuck in therapy, which is one of the reasons they're coming to see you, so they can get unstuck. But he had some ways that he would move negotiations forward that, involved large sums of money and lots was at stake. And that's really what started getting me kind of excited about it, that I was able to help clients move who wanted to move and didn't know how or how to feel safe doing it in a way that I hadn't been able to before.
People that really want to work with us have a growth mindset. They really believe that there's bigger, better ways to do things, and they're searching for it. They're looking for it. They're out there getting hammered every day. They're getting their teeth kicked in. And so they're looking for better ways. They're looking for that edge, that opportunity to do it in a better way, to build stronger, better agreements. My system is going to give them a decided advantage. It's given advantage now for 20 years. I mean, there's a reason people say what they say about us. Our system is hard. It's hard work. If they're looking for a quick fix or something easy, we're not the place to come. But if they're looking for an advantage and really climbing to a much higher level, like our clients do every day, they're going to have a dramatic advantage.